What is cracking, people? We are back. The Combat Conversation, recording at Casio Warnick Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu off of Auburn Boulevard in Sacramento. I'm joined by Davin Maxwell, a real-life ninja on and off the mats. Really happy to talk to this guy because his style is absolutely amazing. A lot of people say there's a black and a white in jiu-jitsu, but Davin lives in the gray, and not only does he live in that gray, he drags you into that gray. So, I really wanted to talk to this guy and find out what's happening in his life, what's going on with him teaching, and just get to know the dude better. So, here you guys go. What is cracking? We are back from Casio Warnick and Auburn, off of Auburn in Sacramento. Sorry, folks. Been a long day. But we got Davin Maxwell in the house today. What's cracking, Davin?
Not much. Just getting done training, man.
I know, man. Appreciate having you come out to the show. And, man, you're a popular dude.
Yeah.
Very popular.
I hope so.
You are, dude. And your skill speaks for itself. I mean, people say, get Davin on here and ask him all the secrets. But you know what? Before we get to the secrets, let's get into how it all started for you, because you come from a family of martial artists.
Yep.
So, wrestling or judo first?
So, it would have been jiu-jitsu first.
Oh, jiu-jitsu first.
It would have been. It would have been jiu-jitsu, but when I started like 7, 8. So there was no kids class, no such thing as kids in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And if it was rare.
Uh-huh.
So it would have started with jiu-jitsu, but we did the next best thing, which was judo.
Okay.
And then I stuck to judo for a long time. But as soon as I started being able to roll with men, that's when I started hopping in with kids. I mean, in the adult class.
About how old were you when you started rolling with the adults?
So I started at 8. I was probably like 10, because I would do judo and then I would still show up to the adult class.
Right.
And if someone wanted to rest or something, then they would pull me out and I would roll with the adults. But until
was there ever a time where you rolled with kids?
No.
That's insane.
There's no kids. There's none.
I know, that's crazy.
That's why these kids nowadays are lucky as hell. Man.
I know. I said, well, especially all the kids over there with your dad.
Yeah,
I see those kids. I'm like, man. So it makes me think, like, well, you were rolling with grown men.
Yeah. I was the rest. I was the grown men's rest. They wanted to rest. They would grab me off the wall.
But imagine for
you,
you're dealing with grown men. You know,
Yep.
That's insane.
But then when I started hanging with men,
right,
that's when when I really started training.
How old do you think you were?
Maybe it would be small men, of course.
Yeah,
but
of course.
It would be maybe 13. Maybe 14, 15.
Wow.
Yeah, in there.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So, judo to wrestling?
So, would have been kind of jiu-jitsu, judo, and then wrestling.
Okay.
And I did boxing too. Yeah.
Just combat sports in general.
Combat sports, yeah.
Like your dad would tell me, like, whatever it was, I wanted to get my hands on it.
Yep. And that's basically what it was. I kind of thought I was going to be an MMA fighter when I was younger.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Kind of.
Wow.
Kind of. Yeah, that was the plan.
Right.
Back then, it seemed like jiu-jitsu wasn't how it is now.
Yeah.
It wasn't really... I guess it was a sport, but it wasn't as big as it was. It was going to be, you do jiu-jitsu to fight.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, my belt does show, but I've been rolling for a long time, and when I started rolling, I was doing MMA training with grappling involved. I didn't put a gi on until much later. So I was just I wanted to fight.
Me too.
Then jiu-jitsu bit me. Once we come from the Central Valley, and there wasn't really much going on. So when the jiu-jitsu came, man, I was hooked. And then my hands started hurting, my shin started hurting. So maybe rolling's better for me.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So so you're training to fight.
Yeah.
Boxing, wrestling, judo. And this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Well, I don't know if I had any other choice.
Yeah.
It was just, when it was time for jiu-jitsu, everyone got their stuff and it was time to go.
And did you enjoy it from the beginning?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Because, most kids, they don't, at first, like my nephews, they didn't really care for it at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then I think after he started wrestling, he started enjoying jiu-jitsu more.
Yeah.
But maybe dealing with the pressure, the struggle, and learning how to accept it. But, I mean, for you, I'm like, man,
I used to get excited when I used to see a kid. Like, oh man, someone my size.
Oh, really?
Our little man, someone my size.
Home and ready to go.
Oh man, yeah. I used to get excited.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
So, any hobbies as a kid?
No, just I played baseball.
Right.
And
but it was just a pastime.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's what I always wonder, like, because especially like when I see the kids at your dad's school, like, how do they have hobbies? Like, I mean, how are they being kids? Because like, this is new for me to see too, like kids that good, and then you coming from that lineage of like it's in the blood. I mean, day and night, huh? Just training.
Yeah, just training. Yeah, just showing up to train. That's what I was saying. They don't know how lucky they are, and half of them are my cousins.
Yeah.
And like, their parents are older. Most of them are older than me. Like,
right.
Where the hell were you guys when I was training? But I could have had training partners. You guys were just sitting at home or running around.
That's so funny, man. That is so. It's funny, but they're really hands on with them, and they could have been there with you.
Yeah, they could have been in there. They could have been black belts by now.
And you know, I go back and I look at some of your videos your dad posts, and I see you, man, as a kid out there. And one thing that really caught me off guard. I mean, I know you've been grappling for a long time, but what caught me off guard was how technical you were as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, so it made me start thinking, you know, I'm thinking like, you see people think when they roll.
Mm-hmm.
But you as a kid, I didn't see that. I seen all reaction. And maybe because as an adult, I think a lot, I'm slow, but you're just on fire. You're on fire every move. It's like, I don't even want to say a step ahead. It's like you're 5 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And you're just problem solving as it goes along and attacking you.
Yeah, that's what since I've been doing it for a long time, I feel like a lot of times I feel like I don't know what, like I'm in a weird position. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I know I'm gonna win the I'm gonna win the scramble.
And that's what I wanted to ask. I wanted to know, like, when you're out here, it's just, are you on autopilot? Or are you just
autopilot usually?
Man.
Yeah, it's autopilot.
Oh man!
But I'm just trying to win the scramble. Yeah.
When you're with me, he's a panic mode.
Autopilot. That's Casio Warnick.
Yeah. See you guys. See ya.
Yeah. So I wonder, you know, like, is autopilot? I mean, so
autopilot. But I've been in so many weird positions, tangled up, and so it's autopilot. But it looks familiar. Everything feels familiar to me because I've been doing it for so long.
So I even went back and watched some of your matches, like even the last fight to win that you did, and I'm just thinking, like, man, he's just going. And to me, watching it, I'm like overwhelmed. Like, can I put myself like, what if that was me? And this guy has the answer for everything.
Yeah.
What do I do? Then it makes me think like, well, what is he doing that he's just constant like, pressure, pass? I mean, it's too much.
Yeah.
And so as a kid, I was watching your video as a kid, and it's the same thing.
It's the same. Yeah. Same, but more scrambles, and then you're dealing with other kids too. So. Yeah, I doubt I knew that they had the same amount of training partners as me, so it was just gonna be.
That is so crazy.
And that's what even tournaments was weird. We would show up to a tournament, and we'd look around and see a kid my size. Hey, is he competing? Can he fight? They're like, yeah, and that's how we had to match. That's how we had to match each other up at tournaments.
Man,
yeah, and then okay, he won this division. Okay, he only had one fight. Can he go up another division and fight that kid? And so that's how it would get
matchmaking on the sideline.
Yep,
that's like a smoker in MMA. Or like, I remember going to the gym. Like, what's your weight? Okay, you're about the same height. You guys go get it on. But as a kid for grappling, that's insane.
Yep, yeah, that's how it was. And then my brother was a beast too. So he was probably like 13 beating up men.
Yeah.
So by the time he was 16, that's what he was doing. He was like winning the kid, if there was kids or teenagers, he was winning that division, and then he was trying to go in the adult blue belt division. He was probably orange green belt, and he would try to win that that division too, and he usually did.
But your style. How does one come to get that style? I mean, it's so technical at an early age. It's so technical.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't wrap my head around it. And that, I mean, cause I suck. I'm like slow. I'm like I'm like a board, you know. And you're just, man. I guess Casio put it in a way, and I thought about you. He said, you know, there's white and black in jiu-jitsu, the white color, the black color, but there's also a gray color in between that some people just can't register. And when I see you, I'm like, man, that dude is in the gray, and he's just dragging people into the gray, and you can tell they don't know what to do.
Yeah. That's what I have. A lot of it is my style is what flexibility, and then slow them down,
Right.
and then that's make them play my game, slow them down, and then I start attacking from there. But a lot of it's, I think it's just from getting folded in half as a kid. And I just kept it as an adult.
Wow, dude. So, I mean, you roll with some of the best people out there, and you come and you participate in a regular class.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of black belts that don't do that in other gyms. They don't want to be on the mat with just anybody, you know?
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
What makes you get on the mat with anybody?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel like I do owe it to Casio.
Right.
Yeah, to show up here and
Yeah.
train. Yeah, no matter who, if it's a white belt, I owe it to him to be on the mat and train because he helped me a lot in jiu-jitsu. He helped me a lot in jiu-jitsu. And same with my dad's. Like, I just show up and I roll all the time. Some days I'm lazy, but I still roll. Yeah, but I owe it to my instructors to come to the mat and
That's
and
great to
represent
hear.
for them.
That is so great to hear. You know,
Yeah.
that loyalty is something I feel in the sport is disappearing. You know,
Yeah.
and to see someone like you, a young black belt with leadership credentials, you know, I mean, characteristics. I mean, come in here and show everybody how it should be. I mean,
Yeah.
and you're a family man. You just had a child recently,
Yeah,
right?
I had a son. Yeah.
Congratulations. So you have a boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl. Yeah.
Nice,
Komora and Davin. Yeah.
Oh,
Davin
so
Jr. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
dude.
you. Thank you.
How does being a father and training work out for you?
It's the same.
It's the
Yeah,
same.
it's the same. Yeah. For my first kid, I kind of picked it up. My wife got pregnant, and I picked it up, started competing like crazy. And I was only a purple belt back then, but I just started going crazy. And then when we had our daughter, still kind of picking it up. And then for my second son, or my second kid, yeah, I'm just being lazy. Yeah, being a dad. Yeah.
That's so funny.
But I was stressed out for my first one, my daughter. So I was like, I have to compete in everything, every tournament I have to do. And yeah, and this one is just more lazy.
That's so funny, man. So you said a lot about promotions and everything. So, I mean, I talk to a lot of people, and their belt is like, they're excited about their, oh, I got my belt, you know? But for you, is this something that's like, it was bound to happen?
Yeah, it's bound to happen. Yeah, I didn't want my belt, any belt. So I had a gap in training. So as a kid, I stopped basically all of high school. And so when I came back as blue belt. And when I came back, I trained. So what was the question real quick?
How would you feel about the belt promotion?
Oh,
or
yeah,
if
yeah.
it bothered you?
So I never wanted my belt.
You never?
Never wanted.
Was it because of a target situation?
No, not at all. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Here at training, you could smash me. I don't
Yeah.
care. Yeah. We're gonna roll. I'm gonna close the gap eventually.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna try to get one step above you. So you could beat me up on the mat as long as. But it was more competition. So blue belt, I wanted to win. My goal was to win the Pan Ams and Worlds always. So every time I felt like it was getting close to from blue to purple, I felt like it was getting close. I would hope Casio would wait to throw that belt at me. So every time it was like, man, one more year.
You wanted to clean
Give me
house. That's what
one
it
more
was.
chance. One more chance.
That's so funny,
And then I'll
man.
get my purple belt.
That is
I
so
think,
funny.
what was it? It was purple or brown. I think Casio told my dad he's thinking about bumping me up. But I told him, tell him, please. Tell him one more year.
That is hilarious.
Let me go back to the Pan Ams. At least the Pan Ams. One more year. And then, I would always get thrown that belt.
That is so funny, man. I've never heard it. I can't even like wrap my mind around that, you know, because
Yeah, I
everybody's
never
itching.
wanted it.
Everybody's itching, you know.
I never wanted it. Yeah. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I was just like, wait a minute, I got time.
Man, you know, there's a lot of stuff I want to ask, but I just don't know how to word it properly for your situation, because you don't deal with things that other people deal with in the sport. You know, I mean,
No.
because your dad's a black belt. You know, your brother trains.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are in the gym running a business. You know, so it's like man, it's like I feel like if I was in that situation, I would feel the pressure of the world on me, my
Yeah.
shoulders.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel pressure?
I think when I was younger, maybe I did. Yeah. But no, not anymore. No, I don't care. Yeah. I feel like 16, 17, 18, I felt like I had an ego problem. Still was the same on the mat. Still,
Right.
you could roll me up on the mat. But
What was the ego problem though?
I just think I wasn't training enough, and I seen
Okay.
people catching up. I didn't like that
okay.
at all.
All right. That's what it was. Because I said, like, you're like a cool dude, man. I can't imagine you having an issue.
That
you know?
was more the problem.
Yeah.
Not really like, and it wasn't pissed off at them.
Yeah.
It was more just
On yourself.
just me. Yeah,
that,
being lazy.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I get with myself. I mean, of course, different roles I'm talking about, and I just get mad that I know when I'm lazy. I'm like,
Yep.
shit, that's why I got hurt because I'm lazy right now.
Yeah.
I just went light. I shouldn't have went light. Now I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I look at myself a lot, and I pick myself apart. Like, you should be better now. You should be better now, and you're hurt right now because you're lazy. You're hurt right now because you're lazy, or
Yeah.
you're not putting in effort. I mean, and that's why I try to make up for it and try to roll with everybody too. Like, try to roll with everybody, even though I know some people I shouldn't roll with because
Me
chances
too.
are they're gonna try to kill me.
Me too. Yeah, I roll with everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I see that, man. You roll with some killers, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and
I don't say no.
Yeah.
I try not to say no.
from
Yeah.
from professional mixed martial artists to the
Yeah.
black belts to a white belt,
Yeah.
they all get a piece of it.
Yep. Yeah, I try not to say no. If I say no, it's next one. Let
Right.
me rest this round and then we go roll. But yeah, I don't want to say no to anyone if they want to roll. Yeah, I gotta show them something.
So, talk about competitions. So, you've been on the big stage. You've been in the big tournaments in LA and everything.
Yeah.
in Vegas. What style are you preferring? Do you prefer points or do you prefer like submission only or the single super fights?
Oh, which one do I prefer
Yeah,
doing?
which one do you prefer?
Now, I don't care.
It's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, if you want to do the worlds, train for that, and train for points. Think about them when you're rolling. But right now, I'm lazy, so I don't feel like I could do 6 matches to win gold.
Right.
So I think I could get away with preparing for 1 match.
Right.
So right now, for me, it's just that the submission only 1 match.
Yeah.
But if you want to do the worlds, it takes another level of human to win the worlds.
Right, right.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like those guys that win the worlds, and then the people under that need to do other tournaments to win those.
Is that
But-
mindset different for you? Like, because when you're on the fight to win stage, I mean, you're fighting in your backyard.
Yeah,
Everybody from your camp is there watching.
everyone. Yeah,
The opposing camp is there watching.
yep.
That's tons of pressure.
Yeah, it is.
But then also you're at the Worlds, and you have everybody there.
Yeah, but no one knows you.
Yeah.
Or no one knew me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they might know you, dude. I think they might know you.
And then there was always bigger names in my
Yeah.
division. Even like coming up purple belt, there was always
Yeah.
someone in my division that everyone was like, "Oh, that guy."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably less pressure going, but I felt like I put more into going to the Pan Ams and Worlds.
Okay.
I trained harder. I stressed more. I always felt like I should have did something extra. These fight to wins, it's just 8 minutes, and you're gonna win or lose, and
Right.
shake hands and walk off.
Man, I need whatever it is you got, dude, because I put so much pressure on myself for every little dumb tournament. I'm out here like, I gotta win this shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I still I'm getting nervous as hell every tournament.
Oh, really?
Every tournament, I'm nervous as hell.
Man, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, this sounds funny. I put pressure on myself the whole time, but when it's time for me to do a tournament, I have no fire.
Oh, really?
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm down and out to a 0 on the gas tank, and I don't know what that is, man.
Yeah.
But
I'm stressed out.
are you really?
I was stressed. Yeah, cold. Touch my hands are freezing.
Oh, shit.
I go to the bathroom like 4 times to go pee. I
Yeah.
go pee like 5 times, and yeah, I'm stressed. Yeah.
And a question everybody keeps asking me is they want me to ask you is, when are you gonna hit the stage again? A lot of people, man, they're like, that was probably the number one question people were hitting me with. Ask me when he's gonna get on the stage. And then also
don't
the
know.
second question was, when is he gonna put out a DVD series?
Oh,
I'm not
really?
even sure if if they're still doing DVDs
I
or if
don't
it's
know.
just something you download. But
Yeah.
everybody wants to know
So what
some
am I gonna
styles.
I don't know when I'm gonna compete. Yeah.
No urge, no itch.
urge. No. Yeah. I'm lazy as hell right now.
Well,
Yeah.
you have 2 kids you're dealing with,
A kid
and you're
and-
teaching left and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, teaching. I teach at Ultimate Fitness.
Right.
and then at my dad's, and I try to make it. That's what we have a Saturday Sunday class at my dad's, and the students are, hey, why don't you come train? Man, if I go train, I'm gonna go train at Casio's. I don't go there enough, so if I go train, I'm gonna train at Casio's. But man, yeah, I'm lazy. Yeah,
That's what-
2 kids. I like to play the game,
Right.
So I'm on the game when I when I can.
Well, you need that rest, dude. I mean, shoot, you have a little one, and then and I don't care what anybody says, dude. A 9 to 5 is hard work, yeah, whatever. But a 9 to 5 of rolling, that's
that's
hard
tough.
work,
It's
you know?
tough.
That's
Yeah.
hard. I mean, how many times do you think, how many rounds in a day will you get, you think?
So I usually roll 3 in the first class and then 3 or 4 in the second class.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it depends. Some days I'm lazy and I won't do the second. I won't roll the second class. I'll teach. Won't roll. But then if I see like a good guy walk in, like, oh, I thought I was gonna be lazy today.
Yeah.
I have to like shake it off.
Does it
and then-
motivate you to see a good guy walk in there? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I know I can't be lazy.
Yeah. That's so funny.
I have to pick it up. Yeah.
That's funny. 'Cause
Start thinking about everything I ate the week before. Like, God damn, you shouldn't have got that fat.
So you regret, at times you regret something.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
funny, dude.
Yeah.
That's also people wanted to know what's up with you and no-gi competitions. Do you train enough no-gi?
No.
You,
No, I
at
don't
Ultimate
train.
Fitness, you train gi?
I train gi. I teach gi.
Yeah.
And then the only time I train no gi is with Dustin
Okay.
Akbari.
Yeah.
And that's not training. That's getting beat up in no gi.
That dude's a monster, man. That dude's a monster.
Yeah, that's just getting beat up for a few rounds. So it's not training. It's
Yeah.
I don't train no gi at all.
No, really.
Yeah, not at all.
I had a lot of people were asking me like they want to know how your style would translate over to no-gi.
I'm undefeated no gi because I stopped competing no gi at Blue Belt.
Hey, that's a record you got to hang on to then. I'll hang on to any undefeated record. That's so
Yeah.
funny, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I haven't did no gi. Yeah, it was probably Blue Belt.
Blue belt, really?
Yeah.
Um,
Blue Belt.
When you do you teach kids ever?
I show up to my dad's class. Yeah, here and there. I want to watch my daughter,
Okay.
so I show up to that
Your
class.
so your daughter's in her training,
Yeah, she's training. Yeah,
and is she enjoying it at this point?
I think she realized she doesn't have a choice either.
Oh, she doesn't have a choice.
just- yeah, but if I let her stay home and be lazy, she would
Yeah.
rather do that or watch TV. But no, yeah, we're gonna train.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just in the blood.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah.
the blood. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so incredible, dude. Yeah, because my dad boxed in the military, won some belts. My brother was a wrestler, picked up boxing, so I would train with him, and he would just whoop my ass, you know.
Boxing.
Yeah, boxing and wrestling. He would take me
Oh,
down,
sh-
just take me. I mean, we're doing like a form of mixed martial arts. I mean, cause I was born in the '80s. You know, I was born in 1980. So we were just. I'd fight a cousin in the backyard, you know.
Yeah.
And so I felt, and having an older brother kind of like makes you want to be tougher, you know.
Yeah, it does.
So like, man, one day I'm gonna get this dude, you know.
One step above.
Yeah.
You want to get one step above your brother.
Yeah, and it's true. And what I think the younger brothers eventually they'll find that ticket, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they become more aggressive. They
Yeah.
they try harder to have fights. And a lot of my friends that have brothers, their younger brother, at a certain point, they just start getting ahead of them
Yeah.
on certain things. I mean, I think that's. I think it's good to have like a sibling that's older than you, and now you have a son and your
Yeah.
daughter's
Yeah.
training. Man, I
It's
think
gonna be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's in the water at the Maxwell family,
I
man?
know, man. I don't know. No, it's just we just made it a part of our lives.
Yeah.
You're gonna train no matter what. If you're not hurt, sick, or
Do you ever put the
broken.
gloves on anymore?
No, I
Not
haven't put
long.
on gloves probably since I was like 19, 20.
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
At what point did you stop thinking about MMA?
When I came back to jiu-jitsu,
came
so
back.
those 4 years of high school, when I came back, I was like, nah, I'm farther in jiu-jitsu than I would be in MMA. I would have to start over in MMA, like build my record.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I was blue belt when I came back. So I think I could make this stuff work, this jiu-jitsu stuff work.
Yeah.
And even at that time, I was working, so that's probably 20. I was working a job at a warehouse and training twice a day. And
Damn.
that sucked, man.
Dude, that sounds insane.
Yeah, that sucked. And then trying to compete, and it sucked. And then that's kind of when I was like, this 9 to 5 thing is not for me.
Right.
Yeah. I would rather fight someone.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, you had a different route, man. It's like you're enrolled in college. I mean, and I consider jiu-jitsu like a college course.
Yep.
You were enrolled in college
Yeah.
as a high school student, you know? And
Yeah,
you
I
got
was.
yeah. Did you get your degree at what? When did you get your black belt?
When was that? I was 25 around there.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It would have been sooner if I didn't take
Yeah.
those 4 years off, but yeah, everything worked out.
Dude, that's great. You know, like
Yeah.
people don't understand that. Like, I think if you're made for it, you know you're made for it, and you just got to stick it out. Because I like my nephew and everybody. I always refer to my nephew because he's a young guy with so much potential on the mats. I'm like, stick it out, dude. College, do your college classes, but stick this out because this is a degree that a lot of people aren't qualified to get.
No,
You know,
no.
I mean, I'm not qualified to be on these mats like with certain people, and I'm just like, I'm hanging on to those credits.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just hanging on to those credits.
How
man.
old is your nephew?
My nephew is 14, almost 15. I mean,
High school or?
yeah, I think he's a freshman right now.
Freshman,
He does all the wrestling camps like at Stanford, Fresno
Nice.
State. He has a good instructor in jiu-jitsu, and
I think if they can make it through high school, well, I don't know, 18, 19 is pretty tough too
Yeah.
for a kid.
Yeah.
But if they can make it through training through high school, yeah, they're set.
yeah, I think he's kind of over it right now. But I'm like, dude, don't
Yeah.
quit. Just keep pushing.
It's hard. Man.
I know.
There's a lot of distractions.
And I see it with him, you know. I see it, man. I don't know how you did it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, so I say I took a break, but I was wrestling in that break. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like I was just being stupid too in high school, but I was still grappling.
So that's what I wanted to ask. So, wrestling practice, jiu-jitsu practice, was one worse than the other that you felt like? Because you're doing both at the same time,
Yep.
and so you have the knowledge on the mat to decipher like, why am I doing this compared to why am I doing that? Did anything ever bother you about training, or you just nose down and did whatever they asked?
I nose down did.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, nose down usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever question anything?
Mm,
Maybe not verbally, but to yourself, like, what the hell?
in high school, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. High school wrestling, yeah. Because I wrestled at Burbank,
Okay.
and yeah, that wasn't that good there. Yeah. I swear the wrestling coach seen that I wrestled in middle school. I wrestled for Kerr,
Okay.
and that's in Sacramento. That's like the wrestling junior high.
Right.
That's the school you go to for wrestling. And then the guys from there go to El Grove,
Uh-huh.
and that's where all the good wrestlers come up. So I was wrestling at Kerr, but I'm from South Sac.
Yeah.
So when it's time for high school, I go to Burbank, and the rest of the team wasn't that good.
Wow.
So I'd walk into the wrestling room, and the coach would have me show stuff, and I was like, man, this isn't right. Man.
Wow, dude.
I'm a freshman. I shouldn't be showing seniors how to wrestle.
So the teaching was
Yeah.
being thrown at you left and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I've been teaching for a long
Yeah.
time for jiu-jitsu, but even then I felt decent in wrestling, but I wasn't nowhere near coaching level.
Yeah.
I got lucky though. My math teacher was a college level wrestler.
Oh wow.
And I bugged him every day, man. You need to come to have me show you moves. And he was finally like, all right, I'll come in.
Dude.
And he came in and he booted up wrestling shoes, and he said, I'm gonna show you what college wrestling's about. And I'm already thinking like, I'm 13, well, freshman. I'm thinking like, I'm gonna show you how I can do it. And then, man, he tore me up.
Holy shit, dude, that's a great one. That's a great
But
story.
he was a college level wrestler and a judo black belt.
Oh, did he continue teaching it or hitting the
so
mats?
He stayed the whole year. He stayed there, and he basically took over.
Dude, you're recruiting.
Yeah, I recruited him, and then I went to Kennedy the next year, and he came over. He followed me.
Wow.
He got a job at Kennedy. It
Yeah.
wasn't like
Yeah.
it was just for me.
Right.
He got a job at Kennedy, and then he would stay for the wrestling practice and beat the hell out of me.
That's
yeah.
funny, dude.
Yeah.
That's a great story right
Yeah.
there, man.
Yeah. Mr. Torres, Philip Torres.
Oh, there it is, dude. That's the last name.
Yeah.
Something people want to ask you, I mean, they ask, like, have you ever had to use your jiu-jitsu or anything that you learned to stop certain situations?
Yeah.
You have. I know, I have too,
Yeah.
but a lot of people ask, like, man, ask them if you've ever been in a situation where you had to use it and, like, what the other person thought
The other person thought,
about
I
you.
don't
Like,
know what the hell they're thinking.
like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah, I used to fight a lot in high school.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Being dumb.
Yeah.
It was a lot of.
Hey,
yeah.
man, I was in the same boat, dude.
Yeah.
Except for I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. It was, the fighting wasn't, I don't think it was as bad. Everyone thinks it's like the worst thing, like you're an animal if you fight.
Oh, yeah.
But not for me.
No, not for me either. To
It's
me,
like,
when I was in school, if there was a kid that was tough,
yeah.
I kind of wanted to fight the tough kid. And most of the time we agreed, like, yeah, well, let's get him up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that big of a deal. Not like now. Now you're gonna get charges thrown at you. You're gonna be on the news. You're gonna get suspended.
Locked up, yeah.
I mean, I've gotten in fights in school, and got in trouble. Then my dad picks me up and tells me, "Did you win or lose?" I'm like, "I don't know. We didn't get finished."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I'm gonna drop you off, and you better win." So like, I mean, to me that was like a normal thing, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but knowing how to fight at that age, you know, it's like,
And that's what it was. Like, I fought my brother. He was 4 years old, and he used to beat the hell out of me. So I knew that they couldn't do that.
right. And that's how I was too. I'm like, my brother whoops my ass. I'm not worried about it. I'm getting whooped by a grown man.
Yeah.
I don't worry about none of this shit.
Yeah, I knew they couldn't do what he did to me. So I was like, all right, we're gonna fight until one of us quit. And I don't think I'm quitting.
Yeah, man. Did they even know what they're giving themselves into these kids? Like, well, because it's not like now. Like, I mean, now,
No,
like,
not
if a
really.
kid trains, everybody knows. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that kid's training.
All over Instagram.
Yeah.
And stuff. No, not back then. No.
Wow, dude.
They didn't know. They used to get, of course, even still, they get mad when you try to take someone
Oh,
down.
yeah.
They try to stand it up.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is a fight or
Yeah.
a boxing match.
Mhm.
No, we're fighting.
Yeah.
So don't break it up.
Yeah, that's what I learned too as a kid. I even tell my friends, because my friends were always there when it's time to get in fights. I say, just make sure no one else jumps in.
Yep.
Don't stand it up. Just let it go, and whatever happens,
Yeah.
happens. If I get my ass whooped, I get my ass whooped. I go, but just don't let no one jump in.
Yep, that's the
Or
same.
if you feel a certain way, you fight his friend.
Yeah.
You know, make it fair. You know.
Yep.
And I kind of held on to that for a while as a kid. Anyway, I'm talking about as a kid, until one time I got in a fight and I got flash knocked out. First time I ever been like really hit.
Yeah.
I got flash knocked out, broke my nose on an orbital, hit a knee, and I got kicked in the face. On the way up, I woke up, and on my way up, I got kicked in the face, and that's when something changed. I'm like, I'm not gonna fight fair no more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so at that point, I knew that was the case. So I try to avoid situation because I knew that it's different. These
Yeah.
guys are not playing by the same rules I'm playing by.
Yeah. How old were you with that one?
I was 16.
Oh, damn.
I was 16 when that one happened. In parking lot, full of people, and I had too much pride to walk away.
Yeah.
I was walking with like 5 friends, and then I heard a whistle. A dude I fought like a week before, 20 dudes,
Oh,
gangbangers,
yeah.
started walking up, and my buddy's like, "You don't have to do this." I'm like, "I have to do this.
Yeah.
You don't have to. I mean, just make sure no
At
one jumps
16,
in."
you
Yeah.
feel like you have to.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, I didn't want to think about what happened, but to me, I wasn't even worried about the fight, you know.
Yeah.
But then after, like, that changed my mind. I'm like, you know what? I got to play by different rules, and that's when I started actually getting more into training too. Like,
Yeah.
I before I was just slinging gloves with my brother, you know. Then I started like, I'm gonna start looking into more training. So, man, you grew up in a place where, I mean, Sacramento and jiu-jitsu is a place like, I think it's like the best kept secret of jiu-jitsu, because everybody talks about like, oh, the Bay Area, LA.
Yeah.
Until I moved here, I didn't realize how deep the roots of
Yeah.
grappling are here.
It's deep.
And
Yeah.
it's insane. And I mean, and you're from that lineage of homegrown grapplers, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, do you ever look back and think, like, damn, this is the people that I've learned from, you know, or it's family to you?
It's family. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
It's family for sure.
If people knew, I mean, I don't want to drop names, but if people knew who you roll with on a daily, they'd be like so surprised. I mean, killers.
Yeah.
Killers. I mean, killer. I mean, like, just dudes that are so technical, so good at the sport, pressure and everything, all the credentials that makes fighters. These guys have, and you're on the mat with these dudes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's fun.
yeah, you know, like, man, for you it's fun. I get to go against one of these guys every once in a while. I'm like, God damn it! If I survive, like, I survived.
Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah, Sacramento, the roots is deep, but I think it's crazy if you go down south how many jiu-jitsu schools
Yeah,
there
there
are. It's like every corner. And I trained in San Diego
Right.
for a long time, and even back then there was only 3 academies in San
Yeah.
Diego. Now
Now they're
there's,
popped up everywhere.
They're all over the damn
Yeah,
place
I
over
was
there.
we stayed at a hotel in Hollywood somewhere recently, waiting for a flight, and there was a academy on almost every corner.
Yep.
Every corner. I was like, man, this is insane. But I lived in LA for a little bit too, for for about a year or so. And when I was down there was no training. There was no training really. I mean, it was far. School was super far to far, and I was like, maybe one of these days I'm going to train because I wanted to train at that time, and it was still this was like in the early or late '90s. You know, I'm like I wanted to train, but then like big gaps. But over here, I mean, it's still a drive to get to a gym. You know,
Yeah.
from here to Roseville, that's far. You know,
That's far.
then to your guys' was it?
Or Sutterville by Sac City.
Sac City, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
would be
drive.
a
I mean, if I
strike.
drive from my house over there, it'll take me about 45 minutes to an hour to get there. You
Yeah.
know, that's pretty far. But
And then traffic too.
Yeah.
It would be crazy.
yeah, even to where Jamie's gym is from my house, that's still like, God damn, I'm stuck on Hazel trying to get there. You know.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but it's quality at all these gyms. You know,
Yeah.
so much quality, and man. I try to tell everybody you need to come up here and hit up one of these gyms, because you'll never know who you're gonna run into here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's incredible, dude.
They have, there's a lot of guys that have schools that still drop in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Derek DeMano still comes in here. I think.
Yeah, he does.
I think Wednesdays he's here.
I'm actually gonna stop by his academy tomorrow.
Nice.
I was hoping I could roll, but man, I'm
Yeah.
freaking beat up right now, dude.
I haven't rolled with him in a long time, but I miss it.
That's a cool dude too.
Yeah.
When you were here, who was around in these gyms when you were here? Because you know everybody knows that they're professional, like older professional fighters that would come through here.
The main one was, the one I remember was Uriah,
Mhm.
of course, Uriah Faber. And even him, that was pretty young even back
Yeah.
then. So they brought Uriah in, and I was like, oh man, a dude my size finally. And then I locked up with him. I was like, oh shit, this is not a normal man.
And this wasn't the Uriah of right now. This
was
is
like, I probably, maybe a little bit before King of the Cage,
Yeah, so-
before he started going.
and it's funny that you
or
say
at
because
that
your
time.
age, you know, like I'm like King of the Cage, like man, you know, not many people understand about these old King of the Cages from the
No.
Central Valley, you know.
Nope,
And
they
you-
don't understand.
They don't, man. Because I'm from the Central Valley, so I'm like, I was at all these things, you know, just a skinny ass little kid. Like, I want to get up in there one day, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, man, yeah, dude.
So, Uriah Faber, I don't know if you know who Tyrone Glover, I think,
Oh,
is
yeah.
the one that brought him in to Casios, and that he was pretty good back then.
Mhm.
He probably still was pretty good. And then, who else? Let's see. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else. But over there at Uriah's, I run into some crazy people.
Oh,
some,
right, yeah.
some not crazy, some monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu. What do you see in that right now?
Mixed martial arts in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Or
Like, how do you see jiu-jitsu and mixed martial
jiu-jitsu
arts?
in mixed.
Yeah.
I don't. It seems like it's getting tougher for jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah, right.
The way I think of, you need jiu-jitsu for MMA, of course.
Mhm.
But I just look at it as, for me, I look at it as two completely different sports.
Right.
If you're gonna be a jiu-jitsu guy, then be a jiu-jitsu guy. If you're gonna
Mhm.
do MMA, you could learn jiu-jitsu, of course, but I don't do
different,
jiu-jitsu for MMA.
Right.
My jiu-jitsu is for jiu-jitsu.
Right.
It would, maybe go compete or maybe a fight to win, a submission only, but it's not for MMA.
And would you say gi jiu-jitsu is actually something good for streets too? For the streets?
It's hard to say. It depends who you're fighting.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I could be almost naked, and they if they don't know what they're doing, you can just have your way with them. Yeah. I don't think I'll need a Ezekiel anyone
Right.
in the streets.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just depends who
Yeah,
you're
'cause
fighting.
that's a question that people always bring up. Like,
It's different.
where did jiu-jitsu work in the streets? And I
Hell
always,
yeah, it
I
works.
say, yeah. I say, yeah, man. You guys will understand. Yeah, it will. You know, like, well, you can get slammed off. I go, well, you're not going to go for an arm bar like off your
Nah.
back in the streets. You know, you're going to stand up. You're going to
I'm gonna Khabib him, man. I'm just
You're
gonna
gonna get
take
points?
him down. No, Khabib, just take him
No,
down and
Khabib.
smash, man.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrestle a little
Yeah.
bit, but once I'm on top, it's jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna smash from the top. But yeah, I don't do jiu-jitsu for street fight. I don't do it for MMA. It's my jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Yeah, it's completely different sports. I don't even compare them
Do you,
anymore.
Do you, is your wrestling a big factor in jiu-jitsu for you?
No,
No.
not at all. No, I pull guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. Wrestling takes too much energy.
Fucking hilarious, man.
Even my jiu-jitsu is kind of lazy, kind of flowy. Spider guard is my strongest thing, but Yeah, it's coming up for a single leg or a double. It takes energy, man.
People are gonna die when they hear my jiu-jitsu is lazy. I'm gonna use spider guard. Like, you know how long I've been working these things.
And that's what it feels natural for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I have those grips build up for
Yeah.
spider guard. That's why I was teaching someone the other day with just spider guard. Just had her drilling,
Yeah.
moving her hips, and I could tell she was in pain. Her grips.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's natural for me. I understand now.
In the last maybe year and a half, 2 years, I went from totally against guard pulling. I was like totally against, like, nope, I'm gonna give takedown, and I suck at takedowns, but I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna pull guard. And I would say that's how my style was, and I would
Yeah.
brag about, like, I'm not gonna pull guard, never. This last year and a half, I pulled guard in every single match. I played everything off my back. I don't think I went for a single takedown at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't remember making that transition myself. I just realized, oh shit, I pulled guard in every single fucking match. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I don't.
It takes less energy for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm still dying in between rounds, but yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
The only time my grips burnt, well, lately they've been burning, but the time where my forms go out is competition.
Mhm.
But usually I could play spider guard all day
Yeah.
in class.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
competition, they're dead.
At first,
Yeah.
my grips will always be blown out, but not no more at all. But maybe I do construction, so maybe my grips are built up
It
from that.
helps.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I can see other guys that are just like they're cramping up. They have like these dinosaur hands. They're
Yeah.
clenching. Like, damn man, is it that bad? Like, maybe it's them not knowing when to let go. Also,
Yeah. Yeah.
they want to hang on for dear life.
Yeah. That's one time my fingers are bad, but not I've seen worse.
Yeah.
So I going through pain, I show Casio my fingers. I said, hey man, your finger's bad. And he's, oh my god. He shows me his pinky. And it was like the size of my hurt finger and the other one. And I was like, I just put my hand away, like, oh, okay.
Well, they say that's a sign of grapplers. They say the two signs is either or, either their ears or it's their fingers.
Yeah.
Like don't be so obsessed with the ears.
Nah, I don't
look
have
at the
cauliflower.
fingers. Look at I have nothing on my ears either.
Yeah.
But my fingers are all knotted up. You know.
Yeah, my fingers are tore up. Yeah. But no my dad doesn't have cauliflower either.
Man,
Yeah.
maybe
My brother.
I've seen guys come in the gym and get a cauliflower after 1 month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? How's that possible?
I think it's genetic.
Yeah, it's got to
Yeah.
be. I mean, my ears, they look the same way as the first time I ever stepped on a mat,
Me
you know?
too. Yeah, me too. It broke once.
Huh.
It broke once, but it's not bad at all. You can't tell unless I point it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have one little crack in my ear, and that's it. Nothing else. And, I mean, I've been socked in the side of the head a lot in that ear, and nothing. I mean, it gets red.
I had black and blue,
Yeah.
but never
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 felt
broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some guys have nasty cauliflower, man. It's
No, you rolled with your brother a lot. Have you ever, like rolled with your dad, like, to a, how can I say it? Like at a, like, maybe like you would roll against a good training partner?
we always flowed usually.
Yeah.
It was always just a flow. Never really went too hard. Maybe when I was a blue belt,
Mm-hmm.
we rolled,
Yeah.
and yeah, he would just put it on me.
Yeah.
But when was it? It was probably brown belt, purple brown belt. We kind of stopped rolling, and we would only flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and was already dealing with all his back problems.
Right.
Yeah, so it was probably around then. Purple belt, brown
I used
belt.
to put the gloves on with my dad, and we would just like do a light spar. And I remember one time I'm like, all right, today is the day. Today is the day. And that lasted like 2 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, I started getting popped by a jab left
Oh,
or right.
yeah.
I'm like, maybe this isn't gonna go the way I want. Cause I realized like he's peppering me right now. He's just setting me up.
Yeah.
He's just breaking me down slowly but surely.
dude.
And I go, you know what? I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm gonna back out this next round, and then I'm never gonna make that decision again.
Yeah.
I remember one time too though with my dad. It's a funny story. My dad never wrestled. He'd box in the military, and one day he just wanted to wrestle with me, and I've been wrestling with my brother, you know, and I'm like, all right, I'll take you down right now. And sure enough, I took him down, and my mom said my dad was so hurt by that.
Oh, really?
She's like, you hurt your dad's pride right now. And I was like, and I felt like shit, dude. I mean, at first, like, yeah, I'm gonna take him down. I've never felt so bad in my life after my mom told me, like, you hurt your dad's pride. Like, damn, you know, that was the worst feeling I ever had. And I was like, even laughing about it at the time, like, I took you down. I didn't know,
Yeah.
dude. It's like, he was just mad because, you know, he really couldn't. He boxed his whole life.
Yeah,
He never
not-
wrestled, you know. And
not a
I like
grappler.
power doubled him, and he was like, "What the hell?" I'm all laughing about it. He's like laying out in the yard. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
felt so bad.
No, yeah, we never got to. I don't think I ever hurt.
Yeah.
Even with my son, if my son taps me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be happy.
Right.
I'm gonna be. It might hurt a little bit, like,
Yeah.
but it means I did my job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I taught him
Yeah.
to beat me.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. You know, that's a different world. Like
Now if
boxing
my
is
daughter beats me, no.
that'd be funny, dude.
It's hard. No. Even her, yeah. If she catches me one day, good.
Yeah.
I did my job, or my dad did his job.
When I first started grappling, I had my buddies come over, and I would show them from what I was learning. You know, because I mean, I had no training partners at all when I first started training from a Central Valley, little ass town, no gyms. So I would travel like an hour to get training in. So I come back home, I had mats in my garage. I had no one to train with except for my buddies. So I started showing them things, and they were like, "You're not gonna show us everything that you're learning." I'm like, "No, I have to show you everything I'm learning because I need to make you guys better to make me better." You know, and yeah. So and that's kind of like when you said like, I mean, you did your job. It got to the point where I was showing these guys, and some of these guys outweighed me, and they were trying to crush me. But it also made my jiu-jitsu better at that time because, I mean, I'm not good, but I was never bad, you know?
Yeah.
And I think just by making these dudes that I roll with now, they still train to this day at
Nice.
different academies, at different schools, and we're all pretty much at the same level. You know, one of these guys is like an instructor, and it's so weird seeing how we started out in the garage together, you know,
Yeah.
in different worlds, different avenues. I mean, we're in like 3 different cities, and we still get together and train. But who are? I mean, of course you have your brother, but do you have any old training partners from back in the day that you would? Well, I mean, of course, hard for you because you were the only kid.
Yeah. Even Dustin came late. So Dustin came. We were already teenagers.
Mhm.
That's probably one of the oldest. Other than that, yeah, there's not really that many.
Wow, dude.
Well, no, that's not true. So, Gus is old school.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know who Raven is or heard of Raven Seamus. He's old school. He pops in here and there. Even Derek DeMano came
Yeah.
a little later on. I think who else? There's a couple guys that stayed in it from back in the day.
Mhm.
But of course, like with Casio and Sac, it was my dad was first, and then everyone else came kind of late. But no training part. Those weren't
Yeah.
even considered training. Those were, like I said,
Yeah,
I was the rest.
Wow, dude. That's crazy. Because how many years ago? I mean, that's years.
Years. 20.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's funny because like when I started training 20 years ago. Do you remember your first time putting on the gi?
No, I don't remember. No,
Damn.
I don't remember.
What's your earliest memory of actually stepping on a mat and rolling?
I would always come on the mat
Yeah.
with my dad, but yeah, I don't think I was even competing. I mean, I don't even think I was training when like my first competition.
Yeah.
It was just like, there's a kid there, go get him.
Damn, dude.
And we went at it.
That's a
Yeah.
trip.
I remember back in the day, Machado's had a good kid,
Uh-huh.
and my dad would take me there sometimes. Like, if we used to stay in San Diego, so we would stop by the Machados, and then I would train with that kid. So there wasn't that many kids back then.
Dude,
That was hard.
That is so crazy. Man, I just can't wrap my mind around it. I mean,
Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, but my brother was a good training partner. He was small too. He still only weighs like maybe 130.
Mhm.
So our size got he kind of stopped training by the time I caught his size or even got bigger than him. But yeah, he was always a good training partner.
Now you have like all your nephews and everything that train and your nieces. Any of those kids hot on your trails getting there?
No, I'm too big.
And I won't let them.
Yeah, no, I won't let him. Yeah, I say catch me.
Yeah.
I was telling people the other day, if you tap me, you tap me. I don't let anyone tap me.
Wow, dude.
I'm not gonna rip everyone's head off
Yeah.
or try to. But when you tap me, you tap me. But it's gonna be the same for them.
Yeah.
If they tap me, they caught me.
Wow,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, I'm not
Man.
letting anyone.
You're like the best uncle ever. Like, hell yeah, dude. Dude, I mean, man, that's insane, dude. It's so crazy. I mean, I keep saying crazy because it is, you know?
Yep.
I try not to repeat that word, but it's true, man. It's like, I wish I was young, had the role models that some of these kids have. I wish I could have been on the mats at your age on the mats, you know? But it shows. Like,
Yeah.
your hard work shows. I mean, people see it. I mean, people that message me are really from far, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they said they looked up everything that you have online, especially from, I guess they said from your dad's
My dad's
YouTube. Yeah,
channel.
they said a lot of that stuff. And they're like, man, he needs more instructional videos. He
Yeah.
needs this. Yeah. I guess the best way Casio defied it, and I thought of you as that gray area, dude, drawing people into that gray.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do more YouTube stuff.
Yeah, dude, you have to, man. Like when I started this podcast, you were like, I even told you, I've seen you. I'm like, dude, people want to hear you. They want to talk to you. They want to know more about the grappling inside out. And we're at an hour and we didn't touch nothing, dude.
No.
We didn't touch nothing.
That's what. Yeah, I don't like doing YouTube videos because I'm pretty quiet. I don't like talking much. So.
No, you're carrying on a good conversation, dude. You carried on a good conversation. I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I usually just sit in the room or come out, hold my kid, and play with my daughter, or sit in the room on the game, train. That's my day.
Man, you're like the real samurai, dude. Like you're not saying much, you're just doing it, dude. And I'm over here posting pictures every day. I'm at class.
Yeah. I don't post a lot.
Dude.
Yeah, my dad posts way more than me.
Man,
But it's good for the business.
No, it is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
good. If I get my own academy, of course I'm gonna have to pick it up,
Right.
and start doing that stuff. But yeah, I just like to be by myself, man, and train.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my time out is training. Yeah,
You ever get burned out lately?
no, there's too much good stuff to
Yeah.
get burned out. Yeah,
Yeah, I missed 4 days this week. I showed up twice, but I didn't roll at all, and I'm like disgusted at myself. Like, especially like I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like my ribs like pretty bad right now. But I was watching one of your videos, and I was like, damn, man, I wish I could bend like that. Like I'm like cringing. I'm like holding my rib, trying to fold. Like, man,
you gotta get skinny to bend. I can't bend like that right now. My rib will pop.
well, yeah, that's what happened to me. My rib popped right now because I'm packing a tire around the waist.
150, I could fold.
Yeah.
I could fold in half.
Yeah, man, shit. What I did to be 150, man. Shit, man. You know what? The funny thing was, I was always about 150 pounds my whole life, and then I was trying to get a couple smokers, and they're like, "No, we don't got nobody that weight. You got to go up. You have to go up." And I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna go up." So I started taking a weight gainer. It wasn't protein. It was or muscle. But it was this weight gainer. So I remember I got to 170, like hell yeah. And I go. Then they started having weights lower.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get back. I
back
couldn't go
down.
back down, and I
No.
was like, and that's one thing I got scared of because I heard that your thyroid has a memory. So I got up to 215 not too long ago. Well, 2 years ago I was at 215.
What are you now?
Right now I'm like 186.
Okay.
But when I compete, I get down to like I do 181 with the gi, so I'm like 176, and that's hard for me, dude.
Yeah.
That's hard. I've even done a couple at 195 with the gi on, even though I'm like 186. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just like I don't know if I can make that extra pounds. It's hard, but yeah, I wish I never did that because
No,
now I can't.
I think it's
go
the
back.
worst idea. I
Yeah.
always, one of our purple belts was talking about. He was 140, taller than me. 140, fights at what is that? 141 division. It's light feather.
Oh, light feather.
Yeah, fight. But he's talking about gaining weight so he gets more fights, and I'm like, that's stupid.
it was-
Do you
that
know
was the
how
worst
hard I
mistake I ever
struggled
made.
to make 150?
Dude, that was the
You're
hardest.
talking about gaining weight, and he's taller than me, so
Yeah.
he's definitely going to be tall,
Yeah.
the tallest in 141. And he wanted to gain weight to make 154. Like, no, man, calm down, enjoy being skinny. You'll get bigger eventually.
Dude, I did Naga, and I got down to, I guess the weigh-in weight was 179. So I was like 176. Then they had nobody in the weight division, so they bumped me up to the 189. Like
Yeah.
all this shit to get down here. And,
That sucks about small
Dude,
tournaments.
like, yeah, you know. But the weird thing was, so I did a nogi at 179 also, but these dudes were so damn tall.
Yeah.
I'm all like maybe good 3 or 4 inches shorter than these, and these dudes are like just giants. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I can't go a weight class lower. It's not physically possible for me at this point. You know, I already got skinny ass legs. I'm just packing a tire around my waist. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how I could do it. I'm not even sure if I want to do it anymore. To tell you the truth.
The heaviest I did was 167.
Uh-huh.
I think it's lightweight.
Uh-huh.
And I felt good, but their grips felt crazy.
Mm.
I felt like usually I could break grips and play my game.
Yeah.
I pull guard and they lock onto my pants, and I couldn't break the grip. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be trouble. This is gonna be
Right.
hard because the grips were way stronger than 150. But then when I became black belt, I did it again 167. But it was guys that compete at 154. So
okay.
it wasn't that big of a deal. But when I was brown belt when I did that one, where I just felt the grips
Right.
and seeing how thick they were compared to me,
Yeah.
it's like, oh damn, maybe I made a mistake.
That's how I was at this last time. I seen a dude in my bracket. I'm like, what am I doing here, man? Man, I get ahead of myself. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it because I did expert no gi. And I seen the names on the list. I'm like, shit, am I gonna do this? And then I go, I'm already here, you know. But I really thought that was the first time I ever like contemplated like just not do it, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, my aging body, but my brain thinking I'm young is like, dude, you got this. I'm like walking all slow to the mat. So like, let's see how the dice roll, man.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Oh, it
It's
is fun. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, I got smoked in the nogi, but I was like, it is what it is. I didn't die, you know.
Yeah. As long as you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's an experience. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any injuries keep you away from the mats?
Yeah. So even that high school thing, it was every year in wrestling, my shoulder would dislocate.
It was from wrestling.
It was from wrestling.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then I felt like it wanted to in jiu-jitsu, but I took care of it.
Mhm.
I was able to hide it. But wrestling, it's tough on your shoulders
Right.
and you're reaching, trying to pull someone in. So I have a scar here.
Yeah, surgery.
Yeah, I had surgery
shit.
here. So that was a big one.
Was it a rotator cuff?
It was. They said my ligaments were stretched out, so
shit.
my shoulder would just dislocate. So
Wow.
let's say I shoot for a single leg. The worst one, I shot for a single leg. The guy sprawled, and my shoulder
dude.
came out.
I've seen that before actually happen
Yeah.
in a fight, dude.
That
Somebody's
sucks. It sucked. Yeah, it went numb, kind of limp. I looked at it, and the skin's
Oh,
all stretched
Lord.
out wrong.
Damn it.
And I'm like, oh damn, my arm's broken. My arm's broken.
Shit, dude. I actually tore my rotator cuff throwing a punch, and I missed. And I loaded it up, dude. I threw a hook.
Yeah.
I threw a hook, tore the rotator cuff. My arm was like dead, just hanging. And I remember going to the doctor, getting the CAT scan and everything, and or the MRI, the CAT scan, the MRI, and they're saying like, you need surgery,
damn.
and I never got surgery.
Yeah.
My arm works perfectly fine. I knew people that had the surgery at that time. Man, they had no movement in their shoulder, you know. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I see how those guys were. I'm like, let it heal, and it clicked for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Then it just stopped. I mean, now I feel like there's nothing. Probably the best decision I made. Don't have surgery on that rotator cuff. They're like, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna chip away some bone. I'm like, damn, that's right too. But I
Oh,
mean, I hate the
damn.
doctor to begin with. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do this
Yeah.
shit.
That's what, and then, so another injury was my neck. So every time I turned one way, I would have it felt like someone was stabbing me. But that lasted for 6 months.
Oh,
man.
shit.
So I did, one time I did 167 as a black belt. I was gonna do the San Francisco Open and then use that for warm up for the Pan Ams.
Mhm.
So I knew I was a little bit hurt. Well, I knew I was hurt going into San Francisco, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. So I fought. I ended up losing. And then on the drive home is when I realized it was bad
Damn,
because
yeah.
I was trying to turn and get comfortable in the car, and it just felt like someone was stabbing me. So I had to pull out of that year. I was going to do Pan Ams, and I had to pull out of I paid and everything, pulled out of the Pan Ams. Yeah. Or no, I didn't even show up. I didn't even pull out. I just didn't
Yeah.
show up.
That's crazy. What happened? Was it diagnosed or nothing?
I got a MRI. They said nothing's wrong.
Wow.
So I don't know what the hell was wrong, but if I turned, I felt like someone was stabbing me in my back. Yeah.
Wow.
And I had that like I dealt with it all through high school and wrestling.
Yeah.
It's the same pain, the same stabbing pain, but it never got that bad where it didn't go away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
For 6 months, man.
There was a time when I first got into jiu-jitsu, like with the gi, and when I first started training gi, I hurt something in my chest, and I was like stuck. I was like fused, and every time I put my head on, it would just kill me. And I went to the chiropractor, and they said, man, I don't know, you know. And it got to the point that I even went to go see some like healer. And my father was
desperate.
my father was like, I know a guy. We're gonna go to his house, you know, like in the backyard of some dude's house. You know, bring out the blanket on the floor. He's like, you're gonna be able to dance after this. I'm like, let's see, and it worked.
Oh,
dude.
really? Nice.
It worked. Later on, that dude got sued, and I never seen him again. But
Oh,
but for
damn.
me, I was like, let's go see that dude again. Like, no,
Yeah.
he's not there no more.
Oh, damn.
But he used to have a line of people like ready to go. Like it was a doctor's office, and they'd bring him shit. Like you could either pay him or bring him something. And he's like, oh yeah, you know. And he just come out like, hey, what's going on? What's the problem? Like over her ears. Oh, you know, it's a good thing you weren't here earlier because the guy that was in here, he was screaming. I had to put all his ribs back in place.
Oh, shit.
I guess the dude was a roofer and he fell off the roof and he fixed him. Like at first I was like, I don't want to do none of this black magic shit. You know?
Was he popping your...
Yeah, he would like shift me around
Oh,
and
damn.
put things in place, and it would
That's
pop,
scary.
pop. Dude, I almost cried, dude, because he started with my ankles and he got behind my knee, and oh, dude, he was just digging in, and I was like, dude, please stop. I could feel the tears starting to come in and come out. I'm like, I want this shit to stop, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, it worked, and poor dude, I never seen him again. I could use him right now, shit.
Yeah. Another, what was I had a foot fracture. The last fight to win, the toe hold fractured my foot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just played it off.
Yeah. Ooh, dude. Damn it.
Yeah, my foot ended up being fractured. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, but
Mm-hmm.
my foot was fractured. And then, yeah,
Did you
after
feel
that-
it during it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I felt it.
yeah, yeah. I felt it. I knew it was bad right away. I kind of thought so. It sucked because I was watching videos of people getting their foot basically dislocated from
Right.
toe holds.
Yeah, I've seen
I
some crazy
watched,
videos of that.
Omalo Barao
Uh-huh.
get his foot.
Ooh, dude.
Then I seen the Meows get their foot, where it looked like the foot was just folded.
Yeah, that's just horrible.
But I did the competition, so when he told me, that's what I had in my head. I thought my
Wow.
foot was gonna be turned like that, and I was like,
man.
oh my god, if when he lets go and I stand up, if it's crooked, I'm done. I'm not gonna be able to fight anymore. And then I walk to the middle of the mat and it goes flat, but it feels kind of
Yeah.
limp. It feels limp.
Holy
so I walk
shit.
to the mat and I'm thinking the whole time like, oh man, I'm fucked up.
That's where you roll off to almost the edge.
We rolled off to the
Yeah.
edge. Yeah, we rolled off to the edge, and then the referee stopped it, and then but it was just me being
I
cocky.
didn't even notice it, dude.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of
I
people.
don't know.
did.
I thought you're like, let's go, let's reset this. Oh, that's crazy. That's why I love behind the scenes stories of this shit, dude.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people knew it was in, but it was me being cocky. It was he went for the toe hold and it was kind of out of position, and I was like, stupid. I have a flexible foot. It's
Yeah.
not gonna bother me. And he bit down and it cracked, man.
Damn it.
It cracked. It was on my right side of my foot,
Yeah.
and something cracked, and that's when I panicked. That's when you see me start to roll.
Yeah.
That was all panic.
Dude, the funny thing is, lately, I would always tap early the hill hooks and anything with the foot. I would always tap early.
In class, I will.
Yeah, well, this thing I always would, and then people are like, no, I mean, you're not even in danger. I go, yeah, but I gotta work, you know.
Yeah.
So one day I was like, all right, I'm getting ready for this no-gi competition, and I know I gotta do expert, and I'm like, well, I gotta see my limit.
Yeah.
My knee popped, dude. The first time I ever popped tore meniscus popped,
Shit.
and I was like, this shit wasn't even locked in.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't have enough stretching on it to begin with, but it wasn't even locked in. I kind of just went to the side. Maybe it was my weight kind of falling on it too, and pop, sounded like a baseball bat broke.
Oh shit.
And I got up. I'm like, okay, I'm good, you know. And maybe it's just adrenaline. Maybe I didn't want to seem weak,
Yeah.
so I continued to roll. The next day, dude, my leg was folding on me. I couldn't even it would just give out. I had no lateral movement.
Yeah.
It took about damn near a month for me to actually feel confident to even sweep somebody with like a butterfly sweep on the leg. Just loading the weight up was a lot. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, it's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Then the leg locks, man.
Leg lock. Yeah, they're dangerous, especially if you're not. I feel like I could get away with it a lot because my foot's flexible. My knees, my hips are flexible. Knees
Yeah.
aren't that flexible.
Yeah.
But my hips turn in a weird way. Another bad one was my lower back too. My lower back. My wife had to carry me out of here.
Oh no way, dude. Wow, you heard it here?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. All right, guys, everyone line up. Back then we didn't circle. All right, guys, line up. And in the line, I'm kind of taking little baby steps, and I'm like, oh my god, my back is tore up, man.
Holy
It was Brad Sandoval. I don't know if you know who. Yeah, Brad Sandoval took my back and put a body lock on it, and had me flat and just holding it, and I'm being stubborn too, and I'm not tapping to this. But
Damn.
when he let go, as soon as he let go, I could feel when I try to posture, I could feel the pain, and Yeah, that was one of the worst ones too.
Dude.
My wife, I didn't let her touch me here.
Yeah.
No one's seen.
Right.
But when we got to the back, she was carrying me.
Yeah, man, dude.
Into the house. She carried me.
That's hilarious. That is so crazy, dude.
Yeah, but I hide it a lot.
Yeah,
I hide it.
yeah. Like, seriously, I mean, I'm gonna say it because my wife doesn't listen to this show, but if she knew how many injuries I had on this mat, she would kill me.
Yeah.
Dude. She hates when she's like, you're not young, you're not gonna be doing this. Man, I always got hurt at work. I always got hurt at work.
Yeah.
Man, if she's seen how I was out here with my rib pop, I was laid out chest first on this mat, dude. When my rib popped, I'm like, ugh. And then I had to suck it up. I took a deep breath and had it pop back in place. But then it was worse. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Yeah.
Jamal ran and got me an ice pack. He's seen it. He's the only one. I think he's the only person that's seen me laid out on the floor. Had a sweat angel going on the floor.
Yeah.
It's
I
just-
tell my wife a lot, but this is my job. So
Yeah.
I tell her, but even sometimes I'm like, God damn, I feel like a punk. Like I'm complaining too much.
Yeah, I mean, I complain a lot,
Yeah.
dude. In between rounds, I'm complaining,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
just me. I complain. A lot of people ask me, "Are you cool to roll?" I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Just don't mind nothing I say because I'm I'm old, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna complain the whole time, I'm gonna cry about everything. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be achy getting off the mat, but.
Yeah.
But but it's funny because a lot of these guys are so much younger than me. It's like, man, I mean, there's a few older guys, but everybody's so much younger. It's like,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to keep up with them. It's like
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 39.
39.
Yeah, I'm 39.
That's probably average here, huh? At Casio's or no?
I feel like everybody's young, dude.
Really?
I feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I feel like it.
But I think there's a lot of older guys here. But it's the best group of older guys.
Yeah.
They're grinders.
Yeah,
man.
up until recently, I always bring this up. Up until recently, I started I've never competed at Masters really. I've always done like adult.
They did good
Dude.
in Masters. This academy,
Yeah.
Casio's academy, is pretty good at
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the age group. In the division. I've
Yeah.
always competed at adult.
Adult.
I've never,
Oh.
I mean, up until I think maybe I did not get master, but still I'm like a master too,
Yeah.
And I remember I was at the U.S. Open last year, and the guy's like, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm like 38, 37. Like, what are you doing down here? Like, go get a medal, man. Go back up and get a medal. I'm like, no, I'm here to challenge myself,
Yeah.
And I got offered a match recently too against a younger dude, and I even talked to it with Casio. What do you think? He's like, how old? He's like, and that's all he needed to say. That's all he needed to say. Like, all right. My brain made me question it. My heart is like, go for it. So I gotta stop being stubborn, man.
Even Casio's fighting young guys.
I know. I know, man. That's funny. Casio's crazy, man. Because of that competition, he's a monster, man.
Yeah, he
He's a
is.
monster.
Yeah.
I mean, he's almost tapped me out just by like drilling a move on me. I'm like, this is too much for me to handle. I'm not built for this shit. and he's like, just stand there. And he goes, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. But deep down inside, I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And it's just pressure.
I think people look at him, they don't know his age.
Oh,
Yeah, he looks
man.
young as hell.
Dude, I'm telling you, just being an uke for him is like, it's a horrible, dude. It's
Yeah.
just like, I can just feel all his little rib muscles just digging into my face. And I'm like, I'm going to die right now.
Yeah.
And I got to play it cool because everybody's watching him do a move on me.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst when you're in pain,
Yeah.
but you can't show it.
He probably
'cause-
feels my hot air breathing on him. You're like, please.
yeah,
That's funny, man.
that's the worst, man.
Hey, Dad, we're over an hour, bro.
Oh, shoot.
Hey,
That went
man,
by fast,
dude, it went
man.
by too fast. We got to do this again because,
Yeah,
man,
I'm down.
you're a great guest. And a lot of people are going to be happy about this interview because, man, I was getting blown up.
Nice.
Dude.
man.
I've
That's
been getting
good.
blown up. So, hey, how can people get a hold of you, man, or just see what you're doing?
I'm basically Davin Maxwell on Facebook and Maxwell BJJ on Instagram.
Yeah, man, you guys got to check in and watch this guy. I mean,
Yeah.
even get down to these gyms. And even if you're thinking about, if the thought of doing jiu-jitsu is in your mind, just do a drop in and learn from one of the best in the game right now, man.
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate it, Davin,
Yeah,
so
no
much.
problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, we are out. Today's podcast is brought to you by Royal Star Inc. Custom T-shirts. Hey, guys, do you ever go out looking for T-shirts, but you can't find what you want? Or maybe you have an idea of something you want to put on the T-shirt? Or does your team not look like a team because you guys are wearing old logos, mismatching, different colors? That's not a good look. But Rudy at Royal Star Inc. got you covered. Hit them up for quality T-shirts, custom designs, fast turnarounds. They look great. They feel great. For sure, you've seen me rocking their gear before, and I'm going to tell you some of the best stuff I have. Follow them on Instagram at Royal Star Inc. Improving our world by improving our community, by improving ourselves. The mission at Wernick Family Jiu-Jitsu is simple yet global in its scope. They provide world-class instruction in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a fun, family-friendly environment. They want to help every student reach their full potential both as an individual and a contributing member to society. It's a fun place, so guys, if you want to get in shape, if you want to challenge yourself, bring your family in, bring your friends in. We'll see you there. Wernick Family Jiu-Jitsu, located at 1801 Kaler Road, Suite 10, right next to In-N-Out. Call 916-771-0525. Ask for Darren. Inspiring musician, future podcasters. If you're looking to jump into this business, look no further than Tony Edelman at the Mystery School Podcast. For your editing, mixing, and mastering needs, get your sound right. He has a cool podcast too, guys, so give it a check. So if you really want to do this and you're looking for the right sound, Tony is the man. Hit him up on Instagram at the Mystery School Podcast. Tell him Mitchell sent you.